Number 11. A jewelry store buys small boxes in which to wrap items that they sell. The diagram below shows the one of the boxes. That says find the lateral area. We're just going to deal with surface area for the rectangular prism. Why? They weren't very specific about what they consider the bases to be, but we can talk about that in a second. So surface area is 2 times the length times the width plus length times height, width times height. So doesn't really matter what you make your length, width, and height. Just make sure that you use all of them once. Surface area, 2 times 1.66 times 14, 1.66 times 7, 2 times 14 times 7. And we'll enter that all in the calculator. And we get 265.7. So now we know we're on this end of the spectrum. So if we want to talk about lateral area, not that you would have one of these on your exam, but lateral area is the surface area without the bases. I'm going to make the assumption we're talking about the top and bottom in this case. So what are the dimensions of the top and bottom? This is 7 by 14. So really, if I wanted to do lateral area, I would subtract the top and the bottom there. So I could take 265.7 and subtract 2 times 14 times 7, which would give us 69.7, or D. Number 12, find the surface area of the cylinder in terms of pi. We'll talk about your exact answer as well as having it rounded. So surface area is 2 pi radius squared plus 2 radius height. So if 9 is my diameter, it means my radius is 4.5 and 19 is my height. So I just have to plug it in. We did not deal with exact form, but I'm going to do it that way because we could just enter that in our calculator and figure out what is equivalent. But I can do 2 times 4.5 squared, means this is 40.5 pi, plus 2 times 4.5 times 19 is 171 pi. So if I added those together, 40.5 plus 171 gives me 211.5 pi. And again, if you just entered all of that in your calculator and pressed enter, 211.5, it would give you 664.4. So how would I know which answer is equivalent? I could type all of them in. 504 pi is 1,583. Nope. 333 pi is 1,046. Nope. 382.5 pi is 1,201.6, and so on. So if you don't know which is equivalent, you just want to enter it in, you can do those after. Number 13, find the surface area of the cylinder to the nearest whole number. So same problem. My radius is 15, my height is 19. So we just plug it in. 15 squared, 2 pi, 15 times 19. And we get 3204.4. So C. Number 14. Allison is planning to cover the lateral surface area of a large cylinder. So, lateral area of a cylinder, so I need the radius and the height. Diameter is 3, so that means radius is 1.5, and the height of 3.5. So I have all the information I need. How much fabric does she need? Lateral area, 2 pi radius height. 2 pi radius height gives me 32.99. So about 33 feet squared. Number 15. So here we want to find the surface area of the pyramid. So we have our formula. L means slant height along the side, which in this case they already tell us is 7. P is perimeter of the base. So our base here is 5 by 5 or a square. So the perimeter of that is 20. And the area of the base, this is a square, 5 times 5 is 25. So that's where LP and B come from. So now I just get to plug it in. 7 times 20 plus 25. Gives me 95. B. Alrighty. Here we have lateral area of a pyramid. So lateral area eliminates the base. So same formula without the base. It's on your formula sheet. Okay. This time they're not nice enough to give us slant height. We're going to have to figure it out ourselves. So this central height through here is listed as 38. And I know this is, since it's a square pyramid, this is 42 by 42. I have to imagine myself this lovely little right triangle. And it's going to help me solve for the slant height. So if I'm going through the center out here, this is 21 and not 42. That's probably the biggest area where people make mistakes on these problems. Central height is 38, and I need the slant height. So we're going to use Pythagorean theorem. 21 squared plus 38 squared equals x squared. So 21 squared plus 38 squared is 1885. Now, in order to get x, I'm going to take the square root of that number. And I get 43.4. So now I know my slant height is 43.4. And now I need the perimeter of my base. So 42 times 4 is 168. So lateral area, back up here, 1/2 times L times P. Gives me 3,645.6. So here is the closest to our answer. Alright, number 17. Find the surface area of a cone. So here we go. There's the formula on our formula sheet. We need the slant height and radius. So this gives me a diameter of 16, which means my radius is 8. But a height of 41 meters. So if we have this cone, again I'm going to have to use Pythagorean theorem. I know my radius is 8. I know the height is 41, but I need the slant height. So 8 squared plus 41 squared equals x squared. Gives me 1745. Take the square root. 41.7 is my slant height. Alright. So surface area, pi radius squared plus pi radius slant height. Pi 8 squared plus pi times 8 times 41.7. Gives me 1249.1. Again, it's going to make a difference if you are typing in the pi button or 3.14, or in this case, I rounded to tenths place. It just matters what you round to. So your closest answer is 1251. Alright, number 18. We have a surface area of a cone. So I need radius and slant height, exactly what they give me. So pi radius squared plus pi radius times 17. Enter it all in. And we get 188.5. Which answer is equivalent? 60 pi.